Hello, and thank you for joining me for the timeless messages for Scorpio. Timeless messages. Okay. Timeless messages for Sun sign Scorpio. Okay, let's get started. Your first card out here is meditation for clarity. We see this figure here looking into the pool. It's like a mirror, so Spirit reminding you to take time out of your day to meditate. I suggest you aim for 15 minutes in the morning as soon as you wake up. You can just lay in bed in a comfortable position and just sort of see what thoughts and impressions float into your mind. There, you might want to get a book by the side of your bed, that way you can write them down. We have seasonal harvest here. We see this witch in her garden, and it looks like she has a crescent moon magic wand garden harvesting tool. You may have a green thumb, or you may like to garden, or this could just be speaking to other material abundance, money, wealth, an abundance of items, harvesting all of your hard work. So a garden just doesn't happen on its own, right? It takes a lot of planning, care, patience, planting the seeds, and then carefully tending to those seeds each day, pulling out the weeds, making sure that the plants get enough water. It's a whole process. So then we have air magic. We see this bird here has flown in through the open window. We see this magical like essence all around the bird. It looks to be a falcon. Be sure to look up falcon. We see this magical essence coming out of this inkwell there. So Spirit letting you know that if you are a writer or express yourself creatively, that you have this magical ability. The pendant around his neck is a rose. Be sure to look up meaning of rose. There'll be additional messages for you there after the video. We have sun and stars. So we see that crescent moon echoed here in this card that we saw in this previous card. So the time of the crescent moon may somehow be significant. So we see the sun is right above her head. You may be getting illuminations, information, intuitive downloads right straight in through your top of your head, through your crown chakra there. And we may be doing spells by the light of the moon, by the crescent moon there. We see the cat looking out into the telescope there, and she's wearing a purple dress, which corresponds to the crown chakra. So we have meditation for peace and serenity. So see how this figure is just peacefully floating in the water here. There's all this activity going on around this person, but they're just sort of levitating, floating in the water there. So I'm noticing the crab. There may be a Cancer that is significant in your life. Family member, friend, lover, or co-worker. Also the swimming turtle there is like, I'm getting the feeling of, you know, slow and steady wins the race. I'm also noticing that the third eye is lit up on this figure. So your third eye is open, it's activated. Spirit telling you that you will be able to connect more with your psychic abilities if you take the time to meditate each day. So 2 cards that spoke to meditation. Meditation for clarity and meditation for peace and serenity. Okay, so those are the benefits you'll get. Clarity, peace, and serenity. We have strength and resilience. We see these winds of change blowing strongly around this figure. This figure is wearing an orange dress, which is connected to the sacral chakra, which is the seat of power and creativity and abundance. That's where the money flows from. There appears to be a black bird. They're flying off in the distance. Blackbirds may somehow be significant. You may have been seeing ravens or crows in your environment for the last few months, that they've been either really noisy or they've made their presence known to you in some way. This figure has a magic wand. So she's very much in control of her destiny and of her future. She's the director. Right? Okay, so we have follow your dreams. We see this witch here looking out. And again, we see the symbology of the crescent moon echoed again. So that's the 3rd crescent moon. We see the fire magic here in this card with the big flames. What are those called? Torches, old style torches. And then we have a whole table there full of candles. So you might want to do some candle magic, which corresponds to these dreams that you're looking to accomplish. Whatever you're looking out onto and wishing on this star to accomplish, you might want to do some fire magic. So I would use 2 lights, and I would say what I wanted to happen in the present tense. My bank account is filled with money. Money is drawn to me effortlessly. Abundance and prosperity follow me all the days of my life. And then I would light the candle, and then I would let it burn all the way to the end. And then let that intention float out into the universe. So we have affirmation for acceptance. We see the book in her hand there is titled Fate. So Spirit wanting you to accept your fate. Again, we see the echo of the black birds, which are either ravens or crows. And we see this storm there that's on the ground, but this figure is levitating above the storm. And we see the dice there. So dice may be somehow significant. May just speak to like rolling the dice, like chance. I'm getting that your fate is in your hands. Your fate is in your hands. Like literally, like what you do with your hands determines your fate. Okay, I've never got that from that card before. That's very specific. We have plant the seeds. So we had a card that spoke to harvest, and then we have a card that speaks to planting the seeds. So we've harvested an abundant harvest. We're replanting those seeds so that we can again do the cycle over and harvest again. So the fertilizer, I'm getting that you're going to be getting like an assist from spirit, and also the sun holds that powerful transmutational energy, which is also Leo energy, which is fun, creativity, money, confidence. Happiness. Achieving your goals. Again, we see the sun echoed in this card. Prayers and wishes. Spirit reminding you to say out loud what you want to transpire in the physical 3D realm. You see the pets playing there in the background, and also the birds flying away. So it's like when she drops her wish into the well, it's like it flies away out into spirit so that it can be manifested into the physical reality. Then we have connect with Gaia. We see this figure here is visualizing roots coming out of the bottoms of their feet and connecting to that earth energy, that Gaia earth energy. We see this tree spirit. You maybe feel really drawn to nature or just really enjoy taking walks in the forest, where there may be a forested area by where you live that you like to go for walks. We have go with the flow. We see this figure here has dropped her oars in the water and is just floating down the river. Is no longer trying to control the outcome. Has just letting it go and letting it flow. And that's the message of that card. Be sure to look up Willow Tree after this video. There'll be additional messages for you there. We have change in progress. We see this figure here has successfully navigated the rapids. Is getting a spiritual assist with the next concrete steps to take on their particular journey. You may have been noticing just how far you have come. We have hibernation and regeneration. We see this figure here is sleeping in a cave with a cat. You may feel like you just want to stay in bed and not interact with anyone at all. You just need to get extra sleep. You're feeling tired and like you're putting down these spiritual roots for your next accomplishments by regenerating these quartz crystals. You might have quartz crystals, or you might consider buying some quartz crystals if you don't own any. We have affirmation for positive change. We see this figure here has completely changed the way that she dresses. She's left her pink purple dress there on the tree along with her necklaces, and she's changed into like a more pirate style outfit. She has her eye on that prize, that big ship there off into the future. You may have your eye on the prize. We see this mythical mermaid there waving to her. Be sure to look up mermaid after the video. There'll be additional messages for you there. We see the symbolism of the tree, which is of course growth and transmutation. We see this, it's like she's being pushed along by like the magic of the spirit. It's like this lit up, the waters are like lit up behind her canoe there, and they're like pushing her along to that positive change. And then we have make a move. We see these two figures here are doing some sort of a water spell, and the fish are jumping out of the water as well. It looks to be that the sun is setting by that purple pink sky in the background. I'm noticing that an otter there on a rock there that's just sort of watching this scene play out. Be sure to look up otter. There'll be additional messages for you there. So we have prosperity and abundance. Right, so there she is in her garden again, which really reminds me of this seasonal harvest. We're going to put them side by side here. So we have prosperity and abundance. She's in her garden enjoying a glass of wine, some cake. She has her 2 cats with her. We see these roses, lilacs, and what appears to be snapdragons in the card here. Be sure to look up those types of flowers. There'll be additional messages for you there after the video. We have tears of joy and sadness. So there may be some old energies, some clearing, some tears of sadness you need to clear out of your energy space. And there also may be some other instance or happening that causes you to cry these tears of joy. So the tears of sadness could be anything from, healing a deep emotional wound from your childhood to, getting over a past, unhealthy situationship with someone else. It could be anything really that caused you pain in the past. This is about letting those energies flow. Right, we see the tears echoed on her dress and also all the way around the mirror here. And the green is of her dress that she's wearing is the color of the heart chakra there. So clearing out some old energies from the heart chakra in order to cleanse it. And then we have meditation for creativity. We see this figure here. The fire is just like pouring out of that magic wand onto the canvas there. So we see the cat and the dog are also painting pictures. So you may have a cat and a dog, or you may want to introduce your cat and dog to painting along with you, if that's what you do to express your creativity. Meditation for creativity. So this is the 3rd meditation card. Clarity, peace and serenity, and creativity. Oh, and we have another one. Meditation to dig deep. Wow, okay. That's the 4th. I don't think I've ever seen this many meditation cards come out in one reading. So, yeah. So saying that you'll get a boost to your creative powers if you do your daily meditations. And then we have meditation to dig deep. So get right into that shadow work. Release those lower vibrational energies so that you can be all that you're meant to be. Right? We see the amethyst crystals. You may own amethyst crystals, or you may think about purchasing some. This figure here is getting right down into that dirt. Right, really digging deep, and the dog is helping her to dig. We see these mushrooms. Be sure to look at mushrooms. There'll be additional messages for you there after the video. Be sure to meditate at least a few days per week. Like I've never seen that come out before, that many meditation cards in one reading. So those are your messages. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you've watched this far to the end, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And feel free to watch any of my other playlists or videos. There'll be some gems of wisdom in any of my other videos. And thank you so very much for watching, and you have a wonderful day.